might have to find better ways to adjust and try to get to him.
Right. Let's actually segue to, I guess, some of the keys you mentioned you mentioned a few keys there, but I'd say the other guy who, Josh Allen, I'm pretty sure he's playing in this game. That's going to be really huge matching up against Trent Williams coming back from an injury. He is probably going to play. And so I think he would, because he was questionable last week, didn't go. And then now he's a bye week to kind of get healthy.
Yeah.
You saw with the Chiefs, a lot of guys last year were coming back from injury, and we got mollywopped by the Chiefs last year because a lot of guys were kind of out of shape. They were trying to get their legs under him. That could be another one of those games where we have guys coming back from injury. We're a little sloppy to start. I think in the second half, we'll definitely get going a little bit more, but to start, Trent Williams versus Josh Allen is going to be a tough matchup. Although anyone is better than what we've had. Jalen Moore, all power to you, but you have not been you've been garbage the last few weeks. Let me just say that.
I mean, as a run blocker, not so well.
No. I don't even think as a pass blocker, the pressure on Brock Purdy every time he drops back. I mean, remember going back to that Bengals game, and it was like every time he dropped back, there was almost always Trey Hendrickson in his face. And so, I guess Trey Hendrickson at this point in time is better than Josh Allen, but look for the Jaguars defense to keep dialing up pressure. Although I do think that the Jaguars defense is, if you look at their season stats, it's worse than the Bengals defense. So you could maybe be able to run the ball a little bit better on them, but I still think it's really going to be up to how they pass protect and Brock Purdy, something that hasn't been in the, we've all said, he's not playing very well, but I do think that him kind of having that mini concussion maybe had to do with his struggles last game. And so now that he has 2 weeks to kind of look at the film, get his legs under him, I think he'll play a lot better. So,
yeah, like Brock Purdy's going through the mental stage of playing through growing pains, like most young quarterbacks. I mean,
right.
Last year was just crazy that he didn't even have this amount of rookie mistakes going into the first year of his season. But now he's technically still in a rookie year, if you think about it, because of the amount of starts he's played. I think he's played an entire 16 or 17 games under his belt. And with this amount of experience, he's got a track record of winning, but the last 3 games it's been losing. Can you blame him for the losses? Like you said, maybe the concussion could be the factor to what happened, but you look at the entire what could have happened if Jake Moody made the kick, we would beat Cleveland easily.
Right.
If Steve Wilkes would have did a better job on the defensive situation that we were doing, maybe it would have been a different ball game. Just a lot of those stuff. It happens. But Cincinnati, it was a tough situation. And maybe the hit from Brock Purdy was pretty much the factor, but man, he was in good position to put us in position to win, but just a couple of critical mistakes is what cost us against the Bengals. Like, he was moving us down the field. It's just our defense wasn't holding up, if I'm being honest.
Well, and I think that the Jaguars currently are ranked like not even top 20 in their offense. And so now that we have Dre Greenlaw a little bit healthier than he has been, and I think Wilkes knows, I feel like they need to bring more pressure, and the Jaguars offensive line has not been very good this year. So that's another key matchup that could be a bad matchup for the Jaguars, especially with obviously Chase Young making his debut.
They acquired Ezra.
That's going to be a bad matchup for them. So
yeah, the Jags actually addressed a guard or a tackle, Ezra Cleveland. So maybe that might fix the issue a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, I'm intrigued by this debut of Chase Young. I mean, I want to see how much of an impact. Like, we saw what Randy Gregory was capable of doing on his first impact with us. But man, think about this depth chart. Like, it's insane. Like, how did the Niners pull off this type of trade? This doesn't happen in Madden. Like, you can't even give up a 3rd round for that type of move like that. But I know